Okay, today we're going to dive into a really powerful mental model. It comes from an ancient story, but believe me, it has everything to do with how you can master your thoughts and emotions right now, today.
You know that feeling, right? Where one part of you is calm and focused, ready to take on the day, but then there's this other part that's just stressed out, angry, or totally stuck. It's this internal push and pull, and pretty much everyone feels it.
Well, there's an old legend that just perfectly captures this feeling. It says it's like two wolves are living inside of us. You've got the angry wolf, which is fueled by everything that drags us down, jealousy, anger, greed. And then you have the calm wolf. That's the part of us that's wise, rational, and kind. These two are basically the forces that are always at play in our minds.
So, where did this incredible metaphor come from? Let's get into the story itself, because you're about to see how this ancient tale holds a surprisingly modern key to understanding our own brains.
The story goes, a wise chief is teaching a younger member of the tribe about life, and he uses this powerful image of two fighting wolves to explain that inner turmoil that we all feel, that constant struggle between our best selves and our worst impulses.
So, naturally, this leads to the most important question of all. If you've got these two wolves at war inside of you, which one is going to win? Which one defines who you are? The answer, well, it's way simpler and more powerful than you might think.
And there it is, the one that you feed. It's so simple, but it's also incredibly profound, isn't it? The winner isn't decided by fate or some fixed personality trait. The outcome of this battle comes down completely to your choices, to which wolf you consciously decide to nourish day in and day out.
Now this is where it gets really interesting, because this isn't just some nice old story. This piece of ancient wisdom lines up perfectly with a super effective modern therapeutic approach. Let's connect those dots. This brings us to something called cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT for short. It's one of the most well-researched tools in psychology, and the core idea is actually pretty simple. Your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions are all linked. So if you can learn to change how you think, you can fundamentally change how you feel and what you do. So when you think about it, the two wolves story is like the perfect mental shortcut for CBT. It takes a kind of clinical concept and makes it totally intuitive. It's an incredible visualization for putting these ideas into practice in your own life. So what does it really mean to feed a wolf in these terms? It's all about choosing which thoughts you engage with. Feeding the angry wolf means letting yourself get lost in negative self-talk or worst-case scenarios. Feeding the calm wolf means you're actively choosing to cultivate a cooler, more rational way of thinking.
Okay, so theory is one thing, but let's make this practical. Here's a simple 4-step exercise you can actually use, and it's based on the work of CBT blogger Veronica Walsh. This is how you start feeding the right wolf.
Let's walk through it. First, step 1 is catch. Just notice that negative thought when it pops up. Maybe it's, I'm totally going to bomb this presentation. Then, step 2 is assign. You mentally say, okay, that's my angry, anxious wolf talking. Step 3, imagine. Picture your calm, wise wolf stepping in to take over. And finally, step 4, reframe. You let the calm wolf speak and change the story to something more balanced. Like, you know what, I'm prepared. I'll do my best, and that's all anyone can ask. And if you want to make this even more powerful, you can give your calm wolf a few go-to lines. Think of them like quick little mantras that help you shut down that negative chatter before it gets out of control. The key here is just to find a phrase that works for you. It could be something playful that takes the sting out of it, like, uh-oh, not today, crazy wolf. A little humor can break that tension instantly. Or you could be more direct, more firm. Get into your cage and cool down. The point is to just have something ready that interrupts that negative pattern. And this is probably the most empowering part of the whole idea. That calm, rational wolf, that's the real you. That angry, anxious one isn't your core identity. It's just a pattern of stress and anxiety. And the best part is, patterns can be seen, they can be managed, and eventually they can be changed.
So, really, it all boils down to one fundamental truth. The power to shape your own internal reality, it's in your hands. It's in the small choices you make moment to moment.
Now,
Let's be super clear about something. This is not about pretending negative thoughts don't exist. You don't have to ignore the angry wolf. You just have to choose not to hand it the microphone. You can see it, you can acknowledge it, and then you can choose to listen to a different voice instead.
And that really brings us to the end. This internal battle is happening all the time, and every single moment gives us a new choice. So I'll just leave you with the same question from the story. Which wolf are you going to feed today?